I think our kids did a good job of being able to compartmentalize things during the course of the week when we ask them to practice for 2 hours to practice and focus, and then let the rest of the time be, concerned about family and all the people in South Florida and all the people that they care about and that they love, and I think that they were tested tonight. I mean, Alcorn is a very good football team. They're very explosive. They got good players, and I think our kids they answered some things that we didn't answer last week when negative things happened. We bounced back and made something good, positive happen out of it. And President Rosenberg and Pete Garcia and the administration at FIU, I think, did a remarkable, phenomenal job. This trip to come play this game was not about this game as much as maybe some people think that it was. This was about the security and the safety of our student athletes, not only the football players but all the other sports, the other 17 sports, putting those athletes on buses and getting them out of the state, getting them into Birmingham, where we knew that they would be protected. And I think that our university, I couldn't be prouder of the leadership, the way in which that they all came together and said, you know what, once we made the decision that it was completely impossible to play the game in South Florida this weekend, Alcorn would not have maybe been able to get out of if we'd have been able to move the game to Friday or Thursday night down there, and why would you want to put them in harm's way? So the best decision was for us to come out of the state, and then if we could coincidentally be able to play the game, then that was awesome. And so now we're like everybody else. We'll be glued to the television and watching. We had several players that did not make the trip just because they had family members that could not be left alone. One of them had a 10-year-old sibling brother that he had to stay and take care of. Several had grandparents that were elderly that they had nobody else on the planet to make sure that they were safe and to take care of, and I respect them. And our hearts and prayers go out to the ones that we had to leave behind to take care of family members and stuff. And hopefully, that we'll be blessed and it'll miss a big part of Florida and hopefully dissipate, and we won't be reading about enormous casualties on our families.
I mean, I think I can speak for everybody on our team, everybody who lives in Florida, that, leaving your family behind, that's really tough. But I think Coach Davis and our whole staff did a good job of focusing us and worrying about these 60, 70 plays we're going to play and these next 3 hours, and then we can focus on everything else. So just getting locked in and tunnel vision, all that stuff, and I feel like we did a good job of that. What everybody did was, you got everything settled over there, make sure your mom, your grandma, everybody was safe, everybody was evacuated or in a safe place. And like I said, just getting locked in here, knowing that they're safe and you're safe, that gives you a clear mind.
The biggest thing was for guys to leave their families that lived in Miami, knowing that they were going to get hit by a hurricane and them not being there. And I think the guys, they took it well, from having having that on their brain and their heads to play a game and to focus through an entire game. I can't say enough about the guys in the locker room and the way they played. I think the guys really locked into the game, and we played really hard. And like I said, I can't thank them enough for playing and coming up here and giving themselves to the team.
Me and Magoo, Alex Gardner, we all came in together. He's always been a hard-working, hard player. We trust him with the ball. We know he's going to make great decisions. It just took a lot of heart to drive down there on the field. He scored 10-10 and knowing that the game's in your hands. And, he put the ball in the end zone.
He took hits, but he stood in the pocket, and like all really good quarterbacks, when the pressure's on, he delivered when you had to. That last drive to drive down the length of the field and be able to score a touchdown.
Yeah, we gave him a game ball in the locker room, and everybody went crazy. And we love him, and he loves us, and we couldn't be happier with the coach.
And our defensive line, they did a really good job tonight. The quarterback is an elusive young man. He quarterback draws and things that he's able to create and extend plays with his legs. So you really got to have really good athletic guys. And I thought Josh Little, I thought Furman Silva, Jordan Guest, some of those guys, Nate, Anthony Johnson, Newt Salisbury, those guys, rotation-wise, we probably played about 9 or 10 guys tonight, and I think that we have to continue to do that. You kind of got to grow your own depth, and guys gain more experience and hopefully get better every week.
I feel like our defense, having that loss on you and just the way we lost, it gives us a chip on our shoulder just to erase that from our minds and put new tape on film on tape. And I feel like we came out, we attacked today, we got after it. Guys, we tackled a lot better. We started to run pretty good. And, they made some plays, but, nothing was very fatal.
It brings, brings the team closer. You don't have anybody else to turn to when you want to talk to somebody. You gotta turn to a player, and I think it's gonna build us up, and we're gonna go back to the hotel tonight, relax, watch the game tomorrow, and then just chill, see what happens. I know I'm sure Coach Davis is gonna make sure we're preparing the way we need to prepare for Indiana, and they're gonna get us right.